Hi there, how are we doing? Yeah, so just going to move this a little bit. Hope that didn't make the whole room just shake for you. So yeah, today technical exercises for Rockschool debut grade. So we're going to go through a couple of the scales again, looking at the pentatonic scales. But I also wanted to touch on the ear tests and the rhythmic recall. So the ear tests, really simple at this level, okay? All this is about, the first one is the melodic recall, sorry, and the second one is the rhythmic recall. So what these ear tests are about is just asking you the question, can you recognize if a note is higher or lower than another one, and can you kind of remember and play back a rhythm. I'll just read the information to you in a second. Just want to make sure this camera's working properly because it was just playing up a little bit. So I'm a minute or two late today. Yeah, still being weird. But okay, seems to be working. Right, so basically, the first part of the ear test, the melodic recall, is quite a simple idea. And you just have to say if the second note is higher or lower than the first note. So I've got the book open in front of me here, and this is what it says. The examiner will play you two half notes, one after the other. A half note is a minim, so it's worth 2 beats. You will tell the examiner whether the second note is higher or lower than the first note. You will hear the test twice. All right? So let's do a couple of notes, and here is an example to start with. This is the one from the book, so it just does. Is the second note higher or lower? All right, here we go again. You get to hear them twice anyway. So what do you think? Is that second note higher or lower? I'll do it one more time. All right, that's lower, isn't it? So if you shouted out lower, well done, good job. So what I'll do is a couple more for you, okay? So here we go. If you've just joined, we're just running through a couple of the ear tests. So this first one is the melodic recall. And all you have to do is say if the second note is higher or lower than the first, all right? So the example we just did was this one. Where that second note is obviously lower, isn't it? All right, here we go. So here's an idea. Into chat, if you can, pop into chat if you think it's higher or lower before I give the answer, okay? So I think what I'll do is 4 in a row without giving you the answers to start with, okay? And then you can pop the answers in after each one. So here you go. Here is the first one. Is the second note higher or lower? Here we go again. What do you think about that? Pop it into the chat if you can, and I'll keep an eye open for anything in there. So that was the first one. I'll play it one more time. There we go. If you can't access the chat, then just shout really, really loudly and I might hear you. Okay, and let's do number 2. And again. So what do you think is the second note higher or lower? I'll do it one more time. All right, I'm going to do a slightly trickier one this time. Are you ready? So is the second one higher or lower? nice. Couple of people in chat going higher, higher. The second note, higher or lower. Always about the second note, remember, okay? So just be careful. There we go. One more time. Always think about that second note. And the final one is a tricksy one, so be careful with this one. I'm going to do this. Maybe not that tricksy. Let's do it again. Always listening for that second note. First one's really important, obviously. Is the second note higher or lower though? And one more time. All right. I'm going to grab a sip of my lovely cup of tea. And I'm just looking at the chat. There's a couple of answers in there. Well done. Now, it was a little bit of a trick question in a way, because the answer to every single one is lower. All right. Every single one I did, the second note was lower. And as I said, the last one I did can be kind of tricky because they're very similar, they're very close to each other. And a really good way, and a lot of people don't like doing this, but a really good way to start working out the differences is to try to sing the notes. Ba, 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 ba. Let's just mess around until you find the right note, right? Ba, 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 ba. And when you find the right note, this will get easier with practice, honestly. When you find the right note, if you get that first one, then when you sing the second one, it's just really obvious because your voice goes up or down, and it's really easy to tell the difference if you're singing them. As I said, a lot of people don't like doing it, but maybe if you're at home, you know, and no one's listening, you'll be happy to do it. But it's a great way. Okay, number 2 is the rhythmic recall. So test 2 of the ear test is the rhythmic recall. I'll just read that to you as well, all right? This is all on page 38 in your book, by the way. Test 2, rhythmic recall. The examiner will play you a 2-bar rhythm played to a drum backing, and he will use the lower sounding E string, okay? You will hear the test twice. You will be asked to play the rhythm back. You will then be asked to identify the rhythm from 2 printed examples shown to you. So basically, you'll hear a rhythm. It will be quite simple. It will have a drum to it, so you can kind of, you know, get an idea of the rhythm. Then you have to play it back. Then you have to choose which one you played from 2 different ones that you're shown. So you'll be shown in the book or on a piece of paper 2 different ones, and you have to choose the one that you actually played, right? Now that shouldn't be too hard as long as you can play it right in the first place. So here we go. Your lowest E string is this one, obviously. All right. Now I don't have a drum backing track at the moment, I'm afraid. So what I'll do is just stamp my foot. Can you hear that? Let me just check. I want to see if my microphone's picking that up. It's very easy for me to check. It seems to be. All right, excellent. Just stamping on the floor loudly. Hopefully I'm not making the room shake again. Right, so 2, 3, 4. Whoa! All right, and again, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's a 2-bar rhythm. Pay attention. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? What's going on? Are you ready? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, Right, did you notice I was counting then as well? I've made sure I've definitely played the same thing there. Otherwise I might just change it every time. That'd be really confusing. Right, so I'm going to count it again. Might help you work things out from counting it as well. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright? So what you have to do now is try and play the same thing. I'm going to do it one more time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Have a little play. See if you can remember that rhythm. Well, I enjoy my lovely cup of tea. If you could, it'd be great to know if you think you played it right, because obviously I can't hear you. So, how about 1 to 5? 5, you did really, really well. 1, you didn't do very well. Okay, or you don't think you did well. Maybe you did. 5, happy, confident. 1, not so confident. Okay, and I will play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. So yeah, have a little pop into the chat there between 1 and 5. 5 is pretty happy with it, you know, confident. 1, not so confident. 3, yeah, it's all right. Have a little play. Nothing coming on through the chats. So what I'm going to do is just play the first bar. So there's less to think about. Let's just do the first bar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Just play that back to me. Okay. It's just that one. That's the first part. A 3. Yeah, 3. That's not too bad for the first go at it. And then let's do the second part where we're playing 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Okay. So one more time. The second bar. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. There we go. So that's both bars separately. Let's put them together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your turn. I'm going to change page while you do that. Okay, right. So remember, this exercise, this lesson is the exercises. It's all the technical stuff. So it's the scales, chords, and things like that we just did. You know, the ear tests and so on. Right. So C major scale. Should be reasonably happy with this now. Done it the last couple of weeks. E minor pentatonic we've done briefly. The A minor pentatonic we haven't really done yet. So we're going to do a review of the E minor pentatonic and then the A minor pentatonic. Alright, so all the scales. Here we go. E minor pentatonic. Right, this one starts on the 4th string. Please make sure your book is open as well. This is on page 34 in the debut book, because it will really help you if you're following along in the book at the same time. So we've got the 4th string on the 2nd fret, okay, which is that E note there. It's an E, which is why it's the E minor pentatonic scale, by the way, because we're starting on an E. So when we're doing our scales, we usually start and finish on the note that gives the scale its name. So this one is an E for the E minor pentatonic. So here we go. 4th string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4th fret. Next string down, 3rd string, no fingers, and then the 2nd fret. So let's just play those first 3 notes, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we're going to go down to the second string and play the open string before using our second finger on the third fret. The third fret this time, okay? All right, let's have a look at all 6 of those. So we're starting on the 4th string, 2nd fret. I'm playing that. So play with me. Here we go. Next string down, open, and then 2nd fret. Next string down, your 2nd string, open, and then 3rd fret. And then all we have to do to finish that scale is play the top string open. Alright, so let's run through that a couple of times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Make sure you're using the right fingers, okay? So you can use the 1st finger for anything in the 2nd fret here, but use your middle finger, your 2nd finger for that 3rd fret one, okay? Don't just move your hand around. Here we go, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, good job. So what I'd like you to do again is just pop a 1 to 5 in the chat if you can. Obviously 1 being that you're not confident with that really at all, and 5 being that you're pretty happy with it. Look at your book as well when you're playing, all right? It really does help, and in the exams you are allowed to use your books, so you can just have them open in front of you and you can just use that to really help, okay? All right, so yeah, 1 to 5 in the chat, that'd be fantastic. Okay, now the other thing is we have to come back down, okay? So after we've played that last note we've just done, we then just play it all backwards. So we've played that last note, and then we go 3rd fret again, and then off, and then 2nd fret and off, and then 2nd fret to finish. Okay, so what we'll do now is just that part, just coming back up the strings. We're actually going down the scale if you think about it, because the notes are getting lower each time. Da, 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 da. So it's going lower, right? So we're going down the scale. Okay, let's start with that. So we're going to start, we've just come all the way up, so we're going to play the top string first. So play along with me, top string first. Then we're doing the 3rd fret on the 2nd, and then off. 2nd fret on the 3rd, and off, and then 2nd fret on the 4th. Yeah. All right, let's just do that one more time. We've just played the top strings. Let's play that again. And then 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and then off. 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and off. 2nd fret on the 4th, which is back where we started. Okay, no comments about the scale as yet, so I'm assuming that everybody is just finding it easy and doesn't need to write in there, which is really good. If that's not true, then please say. Okay, so I'm just checking who's signed in for the stream lesson. Okay, interesting. let's just go back to that. So remember, this one is the debut one, okay? Right, let's go on to the next one. So we're going to go to the A minor pentatonic scale. So the A minor pentatonic scale goes from the 5th string. So count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to play that open, because that's our A note. Think about your strings. E, A, D, G, B, E. Yeah? Different ways to remember that, aren't there? So one is elephants and donkeys grow big ears. So that 2nd string is the A. So if we start with that open, that's kind of what makes it the A scale, okay? So this one is the A minor pentatonic. So start there. Then we're going to use our 2nd finger again for the 3rd fret. Alright, so again. So just do that with me, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, open, and then 3rd. Alright, now the next 2 strings are nice and easy because they're both 0, 2, 0, 2. So it's open, and then 2nd fret, and then open, and then 2nd fret. Alright, so let's go from the beginning, nice and slowly. We've got open and 3rd fret, and then open, 2nd, open, 2nd. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, open, and then 3rd, and then open, 2nd, open, 2nd. And then when we're coming back down that scale, we just take that finger off, play again, back on, off, 3rd fret, and off. And then we finish obviously where we started. Okay, let's play that one together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then we're going to come back down. Alright, let's do it all again. This time we're going to come back down as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, down. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm kind of exaggerating my movements here, so you shouldn't take your fingers this far off. I'm just doing it so you can see when I'm playing with no fingers on. Alright, one more time. A minor pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Back down. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now, something that happens a lot of the time with these scales is people often play the last note when you're going up the scale to start with, and then they start with it again on the way back down, so you end up playing it twice like this. Once, twice, back down. But we don't do that, okay? So make sure when you've come to the top note, you just take it off to start coming back down. Alright, so let's run through all the scales. So have a look at that C major scale. Make sure you're happy with it. Going to go through number 1, C major, number 2, E minor pentatonic, and number 3, A minor pentatonic. So we just go through all of those scales together. Here we go. C major. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So as I was saying, remember when you get to that top note, you don't play it twice, okay? Alright, E minor pentatonic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then and the A minor pentatonic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all we have to do at this grade for our scales, just those 3. Okay, and then obviously we've got the chords to go through and the acoustic riff, but the focus really is just making sure you're happy with those scales. So again, if you get a chance, pop into the chat whether you are happy or not. 1 to 5, 1 not that happy, 5 happy with those scales, and we'll then have a little go over these chords as well. Okay, so I'm not going to go over the chords in depth, but what I am going to do is what the examiner would do. I'm just going to call out a chord name. You just have to play that chord. So if you remember, have a quick think about this. Again, you can use your book, page 35. Now have a quick think and a quick look. The chords are A, D, C, G, A minor and E minor. Now for all of those, apart from the 2 minor chords, you only need to play 4 strings. Alright, so that means with the C chord, for example, you only have to use the 2 fingers. You don't need to do the stretch with the 3rd finger at this grade. And also for the G, you can play that easy G chord. You don't need to do the full one. Alright, but with the A minor, it is all 5 strings, and the E minor all 6. So just be careful of that. Alright, so here we go. Last few minutes. Let's go through these chords. Alright, so I'm going to call them out. You have to play them. I'm going to give you, how long? Let me think. 10 seconds for each one. Okay, and the first chord is a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's your C. Okay, the full C's up here, remember. But we don't need that at this grade, so. Next chord, please, an A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is the A chord. Again, we're only playing 4 strings. Always confuses me why we play only 4 strings at this grade for the A, but then 5 for the A minor. But there we go. Right, that's the A chord here. Right, next one is a D chord, please. Play me a D chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's the D chord. Remember, 3 fingers for this one. Okay, a little bit of a tricky one, that one. A G chord. Let's go for an easy one. A G chord. I'm going to give you 3 seconds this time. G. 1, 2, 3. That's all it is. Nice and easy on the 3rd fret. An E minor. An E minor. 2 fingers for this one, remember. All 6 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the E minor up on the 4th and 5th strings, 2nd fret. And that means the last one we've got is the A minor chord. So go for the A minor, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the A minor, just there. And remember, 5 strings for this one. So that's on the C note, isn't it? And then we've got these 2 here on the 2nd fret. Anyway, right, there we go. So, yeah, we've gone through the ear tests, the scales you need, and a quick run through those chords there at the end. So that's it. take care. I hope you are all doing really well and yeah, staying healthy and happy. Okay. All right. Take care, and I will see you soon.